Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Profit Plays YouTube channel. Today is Friday, September 20th, and I'm back breaking down a few more plays for the MLB on Friday afternoon and night. We're going to start by looking at that match between the Philadelphia Phillies and the New York Mets, a very big series there. And for the best play of the day, we're going to be looking at the Pittsburgh Pirates going up against the Cincinnati Reds. Four more player props, with the two best player props being towards the end of the video. Hope everybody enjoys their Friday, and let's break down some ball. All right, guys, let's take a look at the graphic recap. Decent down the best bets, 3-3 day overall. Cubs team total over 4.5 runs. Patrick Corbin, give yourself a round of applause, my guy. 5 runs scored for the Cubs in the first 5 innings. Nats, though, leading the Chicago Cubs 6-5. Tajon Walker, over 2.5 runs. He gave up, I think, 11 or no, he gave up 10, 9, 8, somewhere around there. Against the Mets, Jose Ramirez in the early slate when I was at work. Didn't see the game, did not cash, did not record a hit. Yankees, should say run line, minus 1.5 against the Mariners. Lost outright by 1. Aaron Judge, only a single in that game. Walked a couple times in that game as well. And then Ian Happ has 2 hits already going up against the Nats through 5 innings. So 3-3 day, 2-1 on the best bets, 1-1 on the player props, and 1-0 on the game picks. Let's go over to the games for Friday. We're taking a look at the Mets going up against the Phillies again. This series, it's a must-win series for the Mets. They have to sweep this one if they want any shot to win this division. They have a good start on Friday night. They've up 10 to, I believe, 2 right now going up against the Phillies. So they're probably going to win this first game. I have to imagine that they're going to be plus money tomorrow on Friday afternoon, but I'm going to take them on the money line to try to keep winning these games. They're most likely going to have Francisco Lindor back in the lineup. I saw that he was scheduled to get back in the lineup on Friday, so we're going to have that lift in this game. I don't necessarily love the pitching matchup we have. The Mets are going to be throwing out David Peterson, and the Phillies are going to have Christopher Sanchez back on the mound. It might only take a couple runs in this game to get the job done, though, because David Peterson, going for the Mets, he's been very good this season. But we're going to look at the numbers for Christopher Sanchez. First, he only has given up 1 run in back-to-back games going up against the Rays and the Mets. That brings his ERA to 3.24. He's only given up over 2 runs in one of the last 5 games that he's been in, and he's also been pretty consistent, giving the Phillies 5+ innings of work. But that's been kind of the same trends for the guy we have on the other side with David Peterson, who's given up only more than 2 runs in one of the last 8 games that he's been in for the Mets. He's coming into this game with a 2.85 ERA, and if we're just going by the numbers, he would be considered the better arm. I think it's a fairly close pitching matchup, so we just need to look at the bats. And over the last 2 months, it's hard not to love what we've seen out of the New York Mets. I'm going to take this team on the money line. I still believe in them, even though a lot of Mets fans have given up. They've lost faith. I think they can sweep the Phillies. They can try to find a way to win this division. They only have 10 games left. It's going to be extremely hard to win this division because I think they're down 6 games right now, but it is possible. Give me the Mets on the money line as the play. Also, this would be an all-time Phillies letdown, not winning the division. The Phillies teams, they know how to let their fans down. So I like the Mets here in the game on the money line for the player props on the screen. I'm going to take Francisco Lindor. Hopefully, we do see him back in this lineup. He's the spark plug for this team. Having Lindor in that one spot is dangerous to the Mets. He has a lot of home runs in the season. He has a lot of extra base hits in the season. He's an extra base hitting machine. He's a guy you want to start off the game for you. I do like him in this one going up against Christopher Sanchez. Lindor, he is a switch hit on the season. I'm sure he's ready to get himself back on the field because I believe the Mets, without him, they've dropped 2 or 3 of the last 5 games that they've been in. The Mets get their best player back from Francisco Lindor. I'm going to take him here to put up some big numbers, over 1.5 bases as the play. Let's go over to the best play of the day. We're going to be looking at the Pirates going up against the Cincinnati Reds, and I've had just about enough of the Pirates bullpen this season. We had a run advantage going into the 6th inning, going up against the Cardinals, and then all of a sudden that bullpen comes in, gave up 6 runs. We were out of the game in like half a second because they put up 5 or 6 runs in that 6th innings whenever we had the Pirates money line. This is one of the worst bullpens in the MLB, and I'm hoping that they do the exact same thing in this game going up against the Cincinnati Reds because they will probably be setting themselves up for another win, and then the bullpen can come in and just give up a lot of runs to the Reds. I'm going to take the Reds here on the money line as a play. We have a pitching match between Mitch Keller for the Pirates and Nick Martinez, who's been up and down for the Reds. We're going to start with the numbers for Mitch Keller first. He's coming in with a 3.87 ERA, and he has given up 3+ runs in 5 of the last 7 games that he's been in, so teams have been able to get to him. He's coming off a game against the Royals, giving up 3 runs and a home run, going 6 innings in that game. I'm sure he's going to be able to go 6 innings in this game. He might give up a few runs, but it's better than going to the alternative of that bullpen for the Pirates. On the other side, for the Cincinnati Reds, we're going to be relying on Nick Martinez, who's coming in with a 3.37 ERA. And he's been really good over the last 5 games. He's given up 1 run or less in 4 of the last 5 games that he's been in, going 13 innings over the last 2 games against the Braves and the Twins, only giving up 1 run and 5 hits combined. His one bad game came against the Brewers, where he gave up 4 runs at the end of August. But since then, in 3 consecutive starts against the Astros, Braves, and the Twins, he's only given up a total of 2 runs. I like him to pitch well in this game, try to match Mitch Keller through 5 or 6 innings, and then we just got to let that Pittsburgh Pirates bullpen do their thing. Give me the Reds here on the money line as the play. For the player prop on the screen, we're going to take Elly De La Cruz of the Reds to go over 1.5 bases against the Pirates. This is going to be a right-handed match for Elly De La Cruz, and he does a lot better going up against right-handed pitching, having 45-plus extra base hits with a lot better batting average on the season. Mitch Keller, he has been good this season for the Pirates, but he's also been known to give up a lot of hits per game, giving up 7-plus hits now in 3 of the last 4 games that he's been in. Over just the last 4 games, he's given up a total of 29 hits. So I'm sure he's going to give up some damage in this game to the Reds. I'm going to take Elly De La Cruz here to get a couple of those base knocks over 1.5 bases as the play there. For the best props of the day, we're going to start with the batting prop. Astros going up against the Angels. I'm going to go with Taylor Ward of the Angels to go over 1.5 bases. They've been letting him lead off for the Angels. He's doing a pretty good job right now. He's getting a very friendly matchup in this game, going up against a right-handed pitcher by the name of Justin Verlander. I'm sure some of you have heard of him. Justin Verlander, he's overstaying his welcome in the MLB because obviously this is a Hall of Fame kind of guy, one of the best to ever do it, but this season he's been riddled with injuries. He's been horrible this year, 5.20 ERA. He hasn't gone 80 innings yet this season, and on the season, he's given up 83 hits, 47 runs, 14 home runs, and every time that he's on the mound, people think that he's still good, and he's just not. He has given up 2+ runs in 7 consecutive games, and while that's bad, the hits per game, they've been getting out of control over the last couple. Justin Verlander, he throws a fastball and a curveball nearly 70% of the time, so a lot of players know that they're going to get one of those 2 pitches. They just sit back and wait for that curveball. He's given up 7+ hits in 5 of the last 7 games that he's been in, and I don't think that's going to slow down going up against the Angels here. Taylor Ward, he does hit that fastball well this season, 260 batting average, and if we do see the changeup out of Justin Verlander, that's the best pitch he hits, hitting at 348 on the year. Taylor Ward, he's an extra base hitting machine as well, and really, he's just got to wait for the fastball in this game. Justin Verlander, he throws that 50% of the time, and it's in the low 90s at his age, so I'm going to take Taylor Ward, wait on a fastball over 1.5 bases as the play there. For the best pitching prop of the day, we're going to be looking at the Orioles going up against the Detroit Tigers. I'm going to take a shot on Corbin Burnes again to go under 2.5 runs going up against the Tigers. I've taken Corbin Burnes a couple times this season. I've had to stop taking him because he's been letting me down a few too many times. That was about a month ago. I'm going to go back to him here. We're going to start with the numbers for the Tigers, though, because on the season, going up against right-handed pitching, they have not been very good. They're only hitting .236 as a team. That has them ranked 21st in the MLB this season going up against right-handed pitching. And if we take a look at the pitches that we're going to be seeing in this game out of Corbin Burnes, he does hold the advantage with a cutter and a curveball. The 2 pitches that he throws the most, the Tigers have struggled hitting on the year. The Tigers only have 3 players with a plus run value going up against the curveball, and against the cutter, they only have a handful of guys that are hitting that pitch well at a plus run value, and one of those guys is Javi Baez. Some people may know if you're a Tigers fan, or some people may know if they follow baseball every day, but Javi Baez, he's been on the IL since late August, and the Tigers have found a way to win 18 of the last 25 games without him in the lineup, so I'm sure they're going to move on from him. They just haven't done it yet. They should move on from him, but he's not going to be in the lineup tonight. He is one of their best players going up against the cutter, so they're even down a player that's good against the cutter. This team, they're just not good going up against the pitches that Corbin Burnes throws. So I'm going to take him in this game under 2.5 runs. Even though the Tigers have been playing well, they don't match up well against Corbin Burnes. Under 2.5 runs as the play there. Let's go over to the recap graphic. We're going to be taking the Mets on the money line in a must-win series against the Phillies. Francisco Lindor over 1.5 bases. Hopefully he's back in the lineup. Elly De La Cruz over 1.5 bases against the Pirates. Reds on the money line. Hate the Pirates bullpen. Taylor Ward over 1.5 bases against Justin Verlander. Then Corbin Burnes under 2.5 runs going up against the Tigers. Guys, it's going to do it for the MLB picks and props for Friday, September 20th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.